H and WWE might be interested in a CM Punk return. Okay, haha, very funny. Who wrote this? Wait, seriously? Are you
Hey, stay connected. Follow Pro Wrestling Bits.
After flaming out of AEW, CM Punk is being bought out of his contract as we speak. And say what you want about him, but Cousin Phil is finna make dollars on his way out. He'll likely cash out with a multi-million-dollar settlement for just 23 matches. Good work if you can get it. But one man's trash is another man's treasure, and WWE may be interested in a CM Punk return. I know, I didn't believe it either, but here are 5 reasons why that is a terrible idea, starting with age. Cousin Phil turns 44 next week. Look, I love me some Rey Mysterio, and I love me some AJ Styles. I love me some Brock Lesnar, and Bobby Lashley. Throw Carl Anderson in there, f*** it. Dolph Ziggler, the list goes on, but that's actually part of the problem. All told, WWE has 21 40-year-olds on its active roster. 22 if you count LA Knight, who turns 40 on November 1st. WWE doesn't need help getting older. They need new stars, they need young stars, and an aging CM Punk with all that baggage just ain't it. WWE's veteran presence is a good thing for the locker room, but CM Punk doesn't strike me as mentorship material. In the words of criminally underrated lyricist Lloyd Banks, you can't dance in the strip club when you're 40. Luckily, WWE isn't a strip club, even though every ring has 4 poles, but you get it. Next is injury. CM Punk gets hurt more than running backs in fantasy football, which is why I've always been a 0 RB guy, pro tip. Punk suffered 2 major injuries during the end of his run in AEW, to the tune where he became the first AEW World Champion to win the belt twice without having ever successfully defending it once. WWE is being really tight with money right now as they prepare to sell the company to The Rock probably, and paying all that CM Punk money is a reckless decision even as a part-timer. Punk suffered broken bones in his foot this summer, and then he immediately tore his triceps in his second match back. This is purely speculation, but the injury I think WWE should be most concerned about is CM Punk potentially having CTE. Again, pure speculation, as that cannot be diagnosed during life, but I think that might be a factor behind his violent mood swings, especially given the fact that he does have a history with concussions. The next reason signing CM Punk is a bad idea is free agency. Lest we forget that there's going to be a murderer's row of elite free agents from AEW who may or may not jump ship to WWE. 2024 is right around the corner, and the all-out brawl is still fresh in a lot of people's minds. Believe me when I say a lot of wrestlers were pissed off at how CM Punk conducted himself during his final days in AEW. And if WWE really wants to steal multiple free agents from AEW, CM Punk in a WWE locker room might prove to be a huge roadblock. Kenny Omega might be there for the taking, and at this point in their careers, Omega is much more valuable than a CM Punk. It goes without saying, but Kenny Omega ain't coming to Stamford with CM Punk backstage and Ace Steel with a mouthful of teeth. The same could potentially be said for a lot of AEW free agents. CM Punk returning to WWE means, well, yet another return in the Triple H era. For those keeping score at home, here are all the returns and call-ups in the past 3 months of the Triple H era so far. That's 24 warm bodies for those of you who counted. And now you want CM Punk up in there too? Are there enough hours in the week for all these returns to pan out? Aren't they doing like a whole Marvel Cinematic Universe production with Bray Wyatt, and now you're gonna have to find time for CM Punk, assuming he doesn't swing on Triple H the next time he reads a negative headline about himself? Good luck with that. And the number one reason a CM Punk WWE return is a terrible idea is Cousin Phil's temperament. This is CM Punk we're talking about. You know, the guy who went scorched earth on a podcast only to be embroiled in a lawsuit with WWE. Then he essentially did the same thing with AEW to the point where they now have to pay him to go away. Look, I get that WWE wants to stick it to AEW by quote-unquote stealing CM Punk from under their noses, but WWE isn't going to win this war out of pure spite. In fact, too much spite could end up backfiring. WWE has captured lightning in a bottle in the Triple H era, but all it takes is one controversy for that lightning to escape. Just ask AEW, which was riding high at the time of CM Punk's return. 1 year and a few bite marks later, they're still trying to put their locker room back together. Don't think CM Punk won't pull this with Triple H, whom he has a checkered past with. People see CM Punk as this rebel who stuck it to Vince McMahon by quitting in 2014, but Vince McMahon was always a father figure to Punk, just like Vince McMahon was to all of his top stars. And just like all the top stars that came before and after CM Punk, at the end of the day, Punk yearned for Vince McMahon's approval. Don't believe anything different. CM Punk famously bemoaned the fact that he never got to main event WrestleMania. WrestleMania is a Vince McMahon creation. So what Punk was really saying was, I never got to make Daddy proud. Remember, Vince was able to manage CM Punk's Hall of Fame ego for 9 years. He even got CM Punk to re-sign in 2011 when Punk threw a tantrum and threatened to run away from home. Tony Khan barely made it a year. Triple H might have better luck because he's a much better leader, but Triple H is more of a peer to CM Punk than a father figure. And with the old man in retirement, Triple H is the stepdaddy in this situation. Don't put it past Cousin Phil to test Triple H in ways he never tested Vince. If you're really going to bring that walking pipe bomb into your locker room, you better sign Paul Heyman to a long-term deal first. Does CM Punk deserve a 22nd chance? Should WWE sign him again? Tell me in the comments!